People often say that 25 is the fragile line between youthful recklessness and mature steadiness. I'd imagined I'd have a memorable birthday, at least one day in my life where my parents and little sister saw me as a real part of the family. But that September morning forever changed how I see my own flesh and blood. My name is Rachel Miller, 25 years old, a financial specialist in Boston. Sounds successful and put together, right? But behind the gloss is a truth few know. I'm crashing back in my parents' old house, bankrolling the whole family with my own blood, sweat, and tears. And ironically, they treat me like a walking ATM. I woke up earlier than usual. Autumn sunlight sparkled through the window of my old bedroom, once stuffed with childhood dreams. I'd hoped today would be different. Even grown, I still believed in simple moments. Parents wishing happy birthday, a few colorful streamers on the wall, a small cake, and most of all, the presence of love. But as I headed downstairs, instead of a warm vibe for a special day, I caught Mom fussing over white flowers in a crystal vase. Dad was polishing a silverware set I'd never seen them use, and my sister Chloe lounged on the sofa, trying on a cream silk dress I knew cost a full month's pay from me. "Morning," I said, fishing for some enthusiasm. Mom glanced up, voice rushed. "Oh, Rachel, you're up? It's crazy busy today. Everything has to be perfect." I frowned a bit. "Perfect? For tonight's party? So what time do my guests get here?" The room went awkwardly quiet. Dad looked up from the silver tray, eyes dodging. Chloe smirked half-smile, eyes gleaming with triumph. "Rachel," Mom said, soft like she was scared to hurt me. "We think it'd be better to postpone your birthday thing. Tonight, we're hosting Marcus, the mayor's son. It's a big chance for your sister's future." I heard every word, but my brain short-circuited. Postpone my birthday? They meant the party I'd shelled out thousands for, venue booked, catering lined up, friends flying in from out of town, all for Chloe's dinner. Dad jumped in, trying to smooth. "Just a week, kiddo. You get it, right? Rare opportunity. The Wellingtons got pull in this city." I set my coffee down, voice steady. "What about the folks who bought plane tickets? Aunt Carol from Philly too? I gotta call and cancel everyone?" Chloe chuckled light, voice sweet but knife sharp. "Come on, Rachel. You're always the mature one, the understanding type. 25's no biggie, not like 30 or a wedding. Grown-ups cut the young folks some slack." Those words sliced right in. To my sister, my birthday was worthless. To my parents, Chloe's future trumped any milestone of mine. For years, I'd gotten used to being sidelined. When Chloe needed art school tuition, I paid. When Mom and Dad lost clients and the house teetered on foreclosure, I quietly covered the mortgage. They had no clue each transfer meant ditching my dream of a tiny place of my own. Yet the one day I craved center stage, they erased it with a casual line. I looked at them, the three most important people in my life, and felt lost. My chest tightened. I didn't cry, but every fiber shook with anger and hurt. I wanted to yell, "I've been carrying this whole family on my back." I wanted to slam the table. "Am I just a walking wallet to you?" But I held back. I knew if I spoke now, they'd paint me selfish, petty, ruining Chloe's golden chance. Instead, I slipped upstairs, slammed the door. In that beat, I got it. This rage wasn't just from losing a party. It was from years of dismissal, exploitation, being undervalued. My 25th birthday, instead of a grown-up milestone, became the moment I realized I had to break this cycle. I bet you, reading or hearing this, have felt dismissed by family too. You do everything to hold it together, sacrifice nonstop, but get contempt and cold excuses back. If you've ever been abandoned in your own home, tell me how you got through. Drop your thoughts. Your story might spark courage for someone else stuck in injustice's shadows. And stick with me, because what came after this stolen birthday didn't just shake my family, it reshaped me. People think the heaviest load for a 25-year-old is climbing the career ladder or chipping at student loans. But for me, that weight wasn't just on my shoulders. It chained my whole life, dragging me down daily, and even my closest kin never noticed. The haunting numbers. Believe it or not, for 18 months straight, I've averaged $4,800 a month to keep the Miller house afloat. Mortgage alone, $3,200. The rest? Car insurance, health premiums, property taxes, utilities, plus endless odds and ends my parents forgot to pay. Those figures I know better than my own birthday. Every bank login hits me with bitterness and emptiness. An outsider might think it's voluntary, but truth is, without me, we'd have lost the roof ages ago. Weirdly, that made them assume I'd keep it up forever. Dad pried over everything. Dad, Thomas Miller, used to be a sharp accountant in town. But when firms went digital, he wouldn't adapt, stuck to old ways. Clients bailed. Yet instead of facing facts, he leased that shiny Cadillac, kept golf club dues, wore that outdated suit like a status badge. He never straight up said, "Kid, help your old man," just circled. You know, clients pay slow, cash flow's spotty. Just a few months, then it'll smooth out. But a few months stretched to over a year. I'd begged him to cut costs, switch cheap plans, even shutter the office to save. Each time he'd brush it off. A man's honor isn't for bargaining. I'd bite back. What about my honor? Busting my ass for stuff that's not my load. But I swallowed it, knowing a fight would just make me the ungrateful one. Mama upper crust delusions? Mom, Karen, does part-time at the library, but her real thrill isn't the job. She loves bragging she's in intellectual circles, hobnobbing in book clubs with high society ladies, so she splurges on gala gowns, pricey wines, fancy home decor, to keep up appearances. Last month, right after I wired the mortgage, she hit me. "Rachel, can you spot Mom $500 for a new dress? Got a book club soiree at the Hilton. Can't rewear the old one." I stared, mind flashing to my late nights crunching client reports, but I pulled out my wallet anyway. Why? I'd gotten too used to shielding this family, like a habit I couldn't kick. Chloe, luxury dreams on a dime. Then Chloe, my 23-year-old sister, floats in a fantasy world where money rains from the sky. She calls herself an up-and-coming model, though she's just shot a few gigs for local boutiques. Every month, a new investment. Studio rentals, designer dresses, fancy salon blowouts, even portfolio shoots in New York. "Sis Rachel, you're the one who gets me. I need a break to shine. The whole family's counting on me." Her go-to line. The kicker? Mom and Dad nod right along, treating Chloe like hope incarnate, while I'm the invisible arm footing the bill for that hope. Me, the silent carrier. I grind 60 hours a week at a Boston finance consultancy. Days end at 7 p.m., but I've got side gigs, small clients hiring me for personal finance advice. I hustle not just to prove myself, but to cover the family tab. So many nights, clock past midnight, laptop glowing while peers my age hit bars, dates, trips. I tell myself, just a few more months they'll stand on their own. But truth? They never planned to. Inner war. Inside me, a quiet battle rages. One side, the dutiful daughter, believing family sacred, that if I drop it, they crumble. The other, the independent woman craving her life, a little apartment, guilt-free travel, no bill chasing. Daily, I feel split in two. I've gritted through, consoling myself. Today's sacrifice gets tomorrow's nod. But that birthday showed the lie. In their eyes, I'm never center. Just the foundation for their sandcastle dreams. Night of the call. That night, I sat in my room, staring at the expense tracker I'd meticulously kept for 18 months. Numbers danced like ghosts of my vanished dreams. I grabbed my phone, thumbed Jenny, my one friend impartial on the truth, but I stopped. Scared if I spilled, I'd break down, and I was done crying. Time to move. A spark hit. What if I quit? Would they blame, resent, or finally learn accountability? That question looped, igniting a fire. I knew. Someday I'd answer it. I share this secret not to vent, but so you get why that stolen birthday spilled the cup. Maybe you've carried for family, friends, others, till you forgot you. If you've been there, you know, unseen sacrifice turns to scar. And that scar, untreated, explodes in wild ways. If this hooks you, comment why. If not, N. At least I know you stuck to the end. People say there are moments you gotta pick. Keep taking it or claim your freedom. For me, it hit right on my 25th birthday. The day meant for candles and cheers turned into a humiliation play. The walkout decision. After Mom casually dropped the postponement bomb, I shut my door, lay on the familiar bed, staring at the cracked ceiling. Childhood flashes hit. Chloe's lavish birthdays, me backstage wrapping gifts, playing backdrop. I laughed bitter. Turns out I'd aced the side roll too long. But tonight, I wouldn't fade. I texted Jenny. Plans changed. Pick me at 7. Tonight's the real birthday. She fired back instant, like the friend who always got me. I'm there. Let 'em act their show solo. I slipped into a simple dress, tossed essentials in a bag, and headed out. Mom added flowers. Dad quizzed Chloe's shoes one last time. No one asked where I was off to. Too wrapped in their Marcus Wellington spotlight, I slipped from that house quiet, but inside, resolve boomed. From here, no more invisible carrier. Birthday under different lights. Boston's Marriott glowed central, chandeliers bouncing off marble. Jenny'd booked a suite, with my fave red wine waiting. As I walked in, she hugged tight, whispering, "Happy birthday, Rachel. This is where you belong, not that house." We kept dinner easy. Seafood bites, a mini cake with one candle, but I'd never felt so valued. Mid-toast, it burst out. "Jenny, I'm done. No more money to them." "No." She eyed me shocked, then nodded firm. "About time. You've given enough." That cut the tether clean. I cracked my laptop, logged banking. Autopays popped. House mortgage, car insurance, health bills, Chloe's BMW lease, all scheduled like I was family CFO. I sat tall, breathed deep, and one by one canceled every transfer. Each click snapped a link in the chains holding me 18 months. Heart pounded, but not fear. Relief, wild and free. Jenny squeezed my shoulder. "You just did the bravest thing ever. Real birthday gift." Morning meltdown. Next morning, I woke in the quiet hotel room, sun sneaking past curtains. Phone buzzed non-stop. Over 10 missed from Mom, texts from Dad, even Chloe. Mom's, "Rachel, what's with the bank? They say mortgage ain't paid." Dad's, "You must have hit wrong account. Fix it quick before word gets out." Chloe's, "My phone's about to cut off. Explain to them, sis. I gotta shoot this week." I read calm. First time ever, no panic to patch their mess. I called back. Mom's voice frantic. "Rachel, you know what's up? Bank says no pay in 10 days, penalties hit. What happened?" I breathed even. "I know, 'cause I stopped paying. I'm not the family wallet anymore." Dead air seconds, then Dad roared, "You crazy? This is our home. You can't trash it all over one party." I shot back clear. "Not the party. Years of being undervalued. From now, you handle your own." Emotional explosion. I heard Mom's sob choked, Dad mutter curses, Chloe shriek, "You're selfish, wrecking everyone's future just to play center stage." I closed my eyes, the chaos fading like a distant storm. My heart didn't quake like before. I'd heard the blame game forever, but this time no sting, just escape from a dark room. Jenny gripped my hand. "Rachel, you reset the rules. They'll learn to live without your fixes. Trust me, that's what they need most." Freedom dawn. I killed the phone, stepped to the balcony. Morning Boston buzzed. Horns, foot traffic blending. I filled my lungs with unfamiliar air, freedom's scent. I vowed, from now, every dollar I earn goes to my dreams, not borrowed ones. That beat, I knew I'd crossed the line, from taker to life grabber. People say lifting a damn stone lets the flood rush. My choice was that stone, and next morning, the Millers flailed in a deluge they'd never dreamed. Texts nonstop. Phone wouldn't quit. First Mom. "Bank called. Rachel, what did you do? We'll lose the house." Before finishing, Dad's missed call. No pickup, so voicemail. Gruff with a shake. "Wire it now. My rep's tanking. Can't let neighbors sniff the debt." Chloe's epic rant text. "Credit card denied. Payment bounced. My ride's getting repoed. You know what Marcus'll think? You ruined everything." I scanned lines like watching their familiar drama. All panic centered on them, me just the broken ATM. House in chaos. That night, I headed home. Not regret, but to face it. The usually quiet place turned madhouse stage. Mom slumped on the sofa, eyes puffy, tissues bald. Spotting me, she lunged, grabbing my hands. "Rachel, don't do this to us. We messed up postponing your birthday, I know. But this house is everything. You want to watch it fall?" Dad paced by the window, face beatered. "This shames me, kid. Clients'll mock if they hear. How could you?" Chloe stormed downstairs, pale, phone clutched. Voice cracked but venomous. "Marcus dumped me. Says he can't date a girl living off her sister's dime. You took it all. Happy now?" I eyed the three. Tear-soaked Mom, pride-crushed Dad, sister treating love like shattered bling. Hurt stabbed, but mixed with odd peace. Penalty notices. Days blurred, fallout piled, mortgage overdue slips, insurance cancellation warnings, phone cutoff alerts, even Chloe's BMW repo threat. Each envelope on the table knifed Dad's pride. He bellowed, "Just a few days! How'd it blow up so fast?" I shrugged cool. "You never saw the storm 'cause I blocked it. Now you feel the real wind." Mom collapsed, face in hands, sobbing. Chloe clutched her purse, trembling at the bold asset repossession notice. Unwanted family summit. Finally, they did what they'd never. A family meeting sans my live bank bailout. Mom kicked off pleading, "We gotta figure this. Thomas, can you borrow from buddies?" Dad shook head wild. "No way! Can't stoop that low. I'm an accountant. Got my honor." Chloe cut in desperate. "Or Rachel helps one last time. I swear I'll pay back slow." I shut it firm. "No, earn it yourself. And parents, if you want to keep this roof, start slashing luxuries." Dad's Cadillac to Mom's wine bashes. Room hushed. They'd never heard me so final. Me, the outsider spectator. Watching them scramble, I felt like an audience member, finally off the chaos stage. I saw Mom's quiver at full-time library grind, Dad's fluster over ditching golf dues, Chloe's freak at slinging side gigs like her peers. It hurt, but freed me. Hurt 'cause they still didn't see me beyond payer. Freed 'cause I no longer caught their falls invisible. The uncrossable line. That night, back in the hotel, I sat by the window eyeing Boston lights. My reflection showed a new Rachel. Strong, cool, but not numb. I knew, from the payment halt, I'd crossed Norturn. Parents and Chloe might resent, brand me traitor. But deep, I believed this shock would force change. People say you see someone's core at rock bottom. I saw it in Dad, Thomas Miller, the proud suit and caddy guy, now trembling in his once proud office. Midnight call. That night, phone rang. Dad's name glowed. I'd planned ignore, but guts stalled my hand. I picked up, his voice choked. "Rachel, I need you. Big client, tax filing screw-up. If not fixed, tens of thousands in fines. They're threatening to drop me." Silence, his ragged breaths mixed panic, sound I'd never heard from control freak Dad. I asked blunt, "What'd you mess up?" Not a mess. Just an oversight in declarations. They caught it early, but deadline's days away. "Rachel, lose this. I lose everything. My rep—" He trailed, voice breaking. "My tug-of-war." I froze. Part screamed, "Deserved lesson. You've lived on pride too long. Handle it." But another whispered, "Fines hit. Dozens of staff jobless. Their fault?" I'd spent life rescuing ungrown kin. Now not save Dad, but ignore innocence? After eternity seconds, I sighed. "I'll help, but conditions this time." The tough deal. Next morning, Dad's office, once showy, now file-cluttered, cold coffee, his desperate eyes. "Kid." He moved for a hug, but I stepped back, firm. "Don't thank yet. Last time. 3 conditions." He blinked confused. "Conditions?" I nodded. 1. Full financial transparency. No hiding debts, loans, no pride-veiling truth. 2. New controls for the firm, no more old school. 3. You personally train clients, own long-term. Break 'em, I cut ties forever. Dad stunned. His eyes flashed defiance, then yielded to reality. Maybe first he saw me not as good girl, but straight shooter partner. Rescue op launch. We hit the client, a woodworks firm with 50-plus workers. Boss Harris pale at Dad's sight. Fines shut us down. Miller, how the oversight? Dad hung head, speechless. I stepped up, hand out. "Rachel Miller, financial advisor. I'll handle this." In Dad's shocked gaze, I dove in. Audited files, tax office calls, adjustment plans, 2 sleepless days. Dad beside, first time watching his girl flip the script. He once thought only he could. Final report greenlit. Fines slashed to warning and supplement. Harris teared up. "You saved us. Grateful forever." I nodded, eyed Dad. His look, shame, pride, raw regret. Dad's turning point. Post-meeting, he drove me home. Boston streets in sunset hush. Car thick with quiet. Finally. "Rachel, never seen you like that strong I'm ashamed." I met eyes. No shame needed, just change. Conditions set. From now, financial calls transparent, or I ghost. He nodded, eyes wet. "I promise, starting over even late." His tone held new, sincerity. Mercy with limits. That night, hotel perch over city. I'd crossed a new threshold. First, not blind duty save, but conditional choice. Mercy, but bounded, no self-loss. Mercy isn't endless sacrifice, it's chances with accountability hooks. For Dad, this might wake him. People say Christmas is miracle season, but I never bought it, till stepping into the Miller house after 3 months away. The old wood door swung, and no pricey vases or fussy spreads, just simple roast chicken scent, hesitant laughs, and 3 folks I'd thought gone forever. Since I cut support, family learned to hustle. Dad sold the flashy caddy, ditched the fancy office for a cheap rental in a plain building. Surprise? He picked up new accounting software. He'd sworn, not for folks like me. Oddly, clients trickled back, even fresh deals. Mom took full-time at the city library. I knew it stung like selling her gala dress collection. But first time, she came home tired but glowing, from work, not tea parties. Chloe, what I'd never guessed, happened. She offloaded most designer closet to clear credit debt. Landed marketing assistant at a small boutique, once just her shopping spot. And wilder, dating a regular guy. An IT tech, no flash, no supercar, but making her laugh with simple tales. Week before Christmas, Mom called. Voice shaky, no usual bossy. Rachel? Christmas? You home? Nothing fancy, just plain dinner, but we miss you. Yes. I paused. Cynic sighed. Trapped to reel me back, turn me pear again? But deeper, maybe things shifted. I walked in on a crisp afternoon. Tiny tree decked in reused ribbons, handmade ornaments. No flashy boxes, no neighbor-chasing strain. Dad rose in his old sweater, approached, hugged tight, whispered, "Kiddo, sorry, too proud, blind. That shock taught me rebuild from scratch." Mom neared, tears flowing. "Me too. Valued flash over your heart. You gave me the biggest lesson." Chloe hesitant, no sour edge. "Sis, thanks. Without the shock, I'd never learn solo. I owe you big." I stood stunned. Words I'd waited a lifetime for, landing in a plain winter night, raw and real. We gathered at the table, no frills or imported wines, just roast chicken, mashed potatoes, apple pie, but never sweeter dinner. Dad shared new clients from software smarts, Mom on library readers seeking book recs. Chloe grinned over her gig, the guy making her feel safe. I listened, heart swelling, strange familiar. Family, not fantasy. Real, where each stands tall and treasures the rest. As plates cleared, Dad eyed me solemn, grateful. "Rachel, you were right. Didn't abandon us. Just drew lines. That's how we grew up." I smiled. Mercy isn't spoiling. It's chances without self-erase. And this time, all 3 grabbed theirs. Church bells tolled distant, peace like never washed me. No invisible wallet. I was Rachel, daughter, sister, worthy of love and respect. That Christmas brought no sky magic, magic from truth, pain, brave picks, and key, love, bounded but merciful enough to mend. Maybe after all, biggest lesson wasn't earning more, but boundaries to guard me. Mercy isn't endurance or blank check sacrifice. It's timely no's, so loved ones grow, own their paths. That firmness freed my peace, and my family reclaimed real bonds. Simple, honest, unburdened fake. My tale might differ from yours, but I bet somewhere we've all felt undervalued, used, sacrificing more than we get. If you're there, remember, love doesn't mean self-ditch. You deserve respect, joy. If this hits home, comment, like, subscribe. Don't miss next stories. Who knows, your ride might inspire another's inner strength.